Hello.
Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. And James is out. James is out for the night.
I'm back.
Good night, everybody.
I'm back. Hi. Hello.
back.
Is the camera on me? I can't even see.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'll get it going. But yeah, the camera's on. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the monitor you meant. Oh, yeah. Well, hi, camera. Yeah, I knew.
Hi,
camera's on
guys.
this.
I'm so sorry. Something
like,
funny
it's right
happened. Welcome back to season 2, episode 2. I'm your guest host, or I'm not really a guest, but I'm your guest host, James Merchant.
And I'm your host guest, Zachary Walker.
Yeah. I'm free. Anyway,
We're hosts. I don't know why we said that we're guests.
I don't know why I said guest.
Am I
either.
your guest or you my guest?
I'm in
Are
the
we dad's
presence.
guest?
I'm in the presence. Honestly, we are in the presence of your dad, who works here, who gave us this platform to speak. We are his guests.
Thank you, Dad.
Okay. Anyway, we have a lot to talk about. Not too much, but just a little, Marvel DC, a little conversation. So I want to get into the big heavy conversation with Joker because there's so many questions I want to ask. Not a lot.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna get right into the Joker.
Yeah, I want to get right into the Joker. So
Okay.
I need to know.
First of all,
Oh.
basically, the joke's on you. That's it. We're done.
Oh, that's how you
Done
feel.
for the night.
That's how you feel.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Okay.
We fooled you.
No,
We
but-
cheated you all.
No, but seriously,
Didn't know.
how was Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn?
I'm just like in a goofy mood. Hello, everybody. All right, so, yeah.
How was
Yeah,
Lady
Joker, Folie à Deux,
Yeah.
and all right. So, you're knowledgeable on Harley Quinn, right? Since you're asking me about her performance.
I'm not like a huge fan, but I do have knowledge of Harley Quinn.
If you were to, before I answer your question, let me just
Sure.
ask you, and lead up to my answer. When you picture Harley Quinn, what comes to your mind?
Depending on what you mean, are we talking about Quintel like as the Doctor, or are we talking like Harley Quinn as
No.
the maniac?
Yeah, Harley Quinn when she's under the influence of Joker.
I'm thinking just chaotic, wild, rebellious. She's still smart, but in a chaotic, evil way. That's my version of Harley that I'm used to. Why?
And like personality-wise, you picture her kind of like
A psychopath.
but like the way she talks, like I would say like Tara Strong's voice is pretty good for
I mean, yeah,
Harley Quinn,
yeah.
and you would say like, usually like it's the Joker manipulating her, she falls under his like control, right? Okay. So to me, it's incredibly obvious when watching this movie, like she's only here so she could sing, And
Bingo.
a lot of people what a lot of people are asking, I feel like I'm noticing it. A lot of people are wondering, like coming out of the theater, did they only make this a musical because she was brought on?
Yes.
Like sometimes you have to wonder, like maybe like is there like something that she does, like if she's in a movie that it has to be like she has to sing at some point?
Well, hold
Or,
on. I
like-
don't think she sung an American Horror Story, so I'll give her that. And that was a series.
I didn't even know she was in that. That's
Oh
crazy.
yes, Hotel. But besides that,
She
that's
was
like
in that season.
yeah. Oh my god, the story was wrapped around her. She was like the main focus of that story. But regardless,
interesting.
Hotel was like number 3. It wasn't that good.
Yeah, so I don't know. It seemed like, honestly, like the whole idea of it, like even if it wasn't a musical, just the story itself, it just wasn't. It didn't make sense. So, as per him and Harley's relationship, it was more like, it felt like it was her being the toxic one. It was like Joker was like, he was the one who was more unsure of himself, and he was falling to some sort of like control, and it felt opposite. It felt like she was controlling him, he wasn't controlling her. I felt like she wasn't Harley, and therefore he wasn't Joker.
What
And
did you feel like she was like? Because you say you felt like she wasn't Harley. I knew, no shade, I love Lady Gaga, but I knew she couldn't pull off Harley. But what do you mean? Since you watched it, what do you mean? Like, what did you see?
She just came off like a completely different character. I mean, here's the thing: she didn't even call herself Harley. The whole movie, I don't think they even said the words Harley Quinn once, unless I missed it. But she called herself Lee. Oh, your boys want a shout out. They actually pulled up.
Can I see it?
They actually pulled up.
Can I see it? Here's my shout out, Siobhan. Real quick, I'm sorry to get you
Go
on a
ahead.
tangent. I'm
Yeah,
so
do
sorry
your
because they're
thing.
super annoying. I just want to give a shout out. So real quick, guys, I play Pokemon Unite competitively. And I play with some really incredible talents when it comes to Pokemon Unite, which is a video game with Pokemon in it. It's like League of Legends. And long story short, I play with these boys, and I want to give a shout out to Chuck, Batman, Lowly, and Beam, and AJ. And that's it. Moving on. Now, I'm so sorry. What was you saying?
Where even was it? Oh yeah, so Harley Quinn, it was a completely different character. It didn't feel like Harley. I don't know if there's anyone I could compare her character to, but like, it just felt like she was just a girl that was an obsessive Joker fan. Mm-hmm. And then didn't like him when he didn't want to be Joker. Here's the thing, she didn't even really have that much of a character arc in the movie anyway. So it's like, I can't even say like what character she's even supposed to be. Because it's like, she's not Harley Quinn, but she's already an incomplete character. And the reason for that is probably because they're trying to force another sequel in the form of a Harley Quinn movie.
With Lady Gaga?
Which that's pretty much confirmed. Todd Phillips practically confirmed it without confirming it. So, like, he was in an interview and he was like, they asked him the question and he was like he stuttered. He couldn't really give an answer. So it's like, all right, I guess they're making a Harley Quinn movie.
We don't need one, though.
We don't need one, especially not with Harley Quinn. Why? Not with Lady Gaga.
Right,
why?
I know what you meant. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't need
Sorry,
one.
my voice is a little messed up for you guys.
You're cool. But yeah, we don't need one. I don't understand, like, why do we... This is what I'm saying. I can't wait to get into that, what we need in Marvel and DC. But back to Joker. So what else was it about Joker 2 that... besides... I know people hate the musical aspect.
Yeah, I'll even say, so the musical aspect, since that was the only reason they seem to have brought her on, it's like... I was telling Dad this the other day. Like, I felt like I saw what they were trying to do, Like, I understand that, like, Joker can be the kind of character where, like, anything psychological could be going on. Maybe he does view the world, like, in his own musical and has his own hallucinations or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they were doing a whole bunch of hallucinations in the first movie.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that this idea of, like, him getting into a musical number in his head with Harley, I don't think that idea was just worth the whole movie. Because one, it just seems like modern audiences are just not into musicals. Yeah, they like seeing musicals that have been musicals.
Funny? I'm a whole theater major. I do musicals, so
right.
I wasn't even excited for Joker 2. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, you would think that would have pulled someone like me in, but I was like, no, I'm not feeling that.
Like, what I was gonna say is that, like, I think people are always down for a musical that's always been a musical. Yeah. But when something comes out that's
unless it's Mean Girls. Anyway, go on.
Well, wasn't that not originally a musical?
No,
I
was going
to talk about Mean Girls, actually. Okay. So I'm glad you brought that up.
To be fair, we hate the Mean Girls musical movie. We theater majors, we love Mean Girls Broadway musical. All right, like the actual. Okay. We like the Broadway, but the movie just sucked because none of the people that was in the Broadway was in the movie, so it was different. You know what I'm saying? So only one person was, and Renee Rapp, and we love her. But besides that, like, she can only carry that movie so far. But regardless, back on topic, movies and musicals, like, I feel like certain things just doesn't need to be a musical. I feel like even with like when they did Flash and Supergirl, when they did that whole it was during the CW era when they was having like a musical episode, and I'm like, we don't need this. Like, the only reason why I let it slide is because as someone had watched Glee around that time, two characters, who the one that played Flash in CW?
Grant Gustin.
Grant Gustin was in Glee, and I think her name was Marley. No, her name was Marley in Glee, but she was Supergirl in CW.
Melissa Benoit.
She was also in Glee, so I let that slide. But regardless, I'm a superhero fan and I'm a musical person. I don't like my two worlds colliding, and it doesn't gel well. It just feels forced. You don't need to force that. And I felt like Joker 2, seeing that it was going to be a musical, I was like, why are you forcing this? You know what I'm saying?
And that's exactly the thing. It's like I said, it can make sense that, like, if he has like maybe a minute or two of like just like a scene like that or something. Yeah. If it's just something going on in his head, but a whole movie, it's not worth that idea. And like you said, it was forcing it, and that is incredibly obvious when you're watching the movie. Yeah. And I didn't think it was going to be this bad when I was going into it, but I heard people saying this before I went into it. It's like it slows down the pacing. It's like you're following the scene, you're with everything that's going on. And then they start singing, and then it's like everything just like the whole like pacing just stops for you. Like now, like your whole emotional investment, it's like cut down. Like now, like you're just waiting for this song to end.
How's your arm?
And you're not even. I didn't hit it.
Okay, it was just funny.
It's soft.
Cut down.
It's a gaming chair. Cut down. So sorry.
It's fixed.
It is. It's fixed. I can rest my arms on both the armrests. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this has not been here.
You know
all
what's
the
funny?
time.
I never noticed, and I sit next to you, and we did like what 6 episodes so far. I did not notice.
Well, pay attention.
I do not. I do. Oh, okay. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah,
so overall, what would you rate Joker out of 10?
3 out of 10.
Damn.
Yeah, and there's still more I want to say. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, go
so
on,
the
go on.
when the
Damn.
songs were playing, like, you know, I felt like there was no. Since I'm not a musical person, you tell me. When you watch musicals,
Okay.
are you like, when they break out into their music numbers, are they just singing about things that you already know, or do you like learning things as they're doing their performance? Like, are you?
I guess depend on the musical. It could be both. But
'Cause
why? What do you mean? Tell me more.
Here,
in Joker,
I felt
aspect.
like I already got the gist of the scene, and then they started singing, and it just didn't add anything for me. I was like, yeah, but I
Oh,
already get it. Like,
okay,
I already
so
get the
some
emotion. They're not saying anything that like I'm not learning anything new.
Yeah.
It's just like you're just singing about what I already know, and it's just dragging out time.
I think so. For that, right there, then yes, some musicals are kind of like that. You know, some aren't, some are. I think with that is it's just like, okay, you just seen the scene. Here's a fun song. Do you like the song? And honestly, I feel like that was the wrong audience. I genuinely do not think that was smart. And that's coming from
That's high key what they did.
That's coming from a musical theater major with a bachelor's degree of fine arts.
You know what's crazy is like that's actually all I'm seeing right now is that this movie was made for no specific audience. It was
None.
like Todd Phillips made it probably for himself. Because it's
Yeah, I
like
guess,
usually,
yeah.
like when these movies come out, I feel like usually like you're as a film maker myself, as a director, you know, you try to find your
With
audience.
a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, I got a degree. Yeah,
I just like to say
I graduated 4 years. Sorry. So, yeah, like you look for a target audience. You want a reason for people to relate to the film. You want people to see themselves in your character because you want them to care about your character. You know?
Agree.
And I just feel like this leads to my main issue with this movie is just that like I was so invested in Arthur's character from the first movie, seeing him go from Arthur into the Joker, him reaching that Joker by the end, and I'm like, okay, he's the Joker now. There's no turning back.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie just took it, and they were like, okay, he's Arthur Fleck again, and they reversed his arc. They gave Harley Quinn half an arc, and now the movie's disappointing, and it cheapens the character for me. And
You
that's
feel
the
like this
biggest
was
problem.
a cash grab? This was a cash grab, wasn't
It was, yeah, because the first movie broke. Well, I think it was $1 billion, and that's unheard of for an R-rated comic book movie, I should say. That's unheard of. So it's like, whenever any sort of comic book movie breaks $1 billion, that's always when the studios gets involved, and then they're like, okay, so we need more of this, and we need to do this, 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 and this, and the statistics say that you need this, and just it all becomes bullshit. Like I'm telling you, like Harley Quinn, she had half an arc in this movie because they want to squeeze out another film about Harley Quinn. When that whole film could have probably been in this movie, and then this whole movie could have probably never been done because they just reversed him back to the arc of the last movie.
It just didn't need to be done in general, if
Dude,
you ask me.
I swear to God, he's Arthur Fleck for most of the movie. Then towards the end, he becomes the Joker again. He's in a court case. He fires his lawyer, and then he's like, "I'm representing myself now." He puts on the makeup, and then he's Joker, and it's probably the best 15 minutes of the movie, maybe 20 minutes, and then he's like, "Actually, I'm not the Joker. It's all a fantasy. None of it's real." And then that's when Harley Quinn leaves him. She gets mad at him and leaves him, and then someone else gets mad at him, and they're like, "Since you are a phony, you get what you effing deserve." And then that's when they do the stabbing thing, with the ending that we talked about last week.
Yeah, I seen it on Twitter, and a lot of people was like, "This is horrible." Like everyone was like,
It's
"Not
so
a fan."
unsatisfying. It's
Yeah.
like I really enjoyed seeing him become the Joker, and now I wanted to see him be the Joker for an entire movie in the flesh. I wanted to see Arthur Fleck now with nothing holding him back.
Yeah.
That's what the ending of the first film was like, and I don't need a sequel to that. But if you're gonna give me a sequel, I want a whole film of him as Joker.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to have Batman in it, but put him as Joker versus Gotham, Joker versus Harvey Dent, which Harvey Dent was barely even in this movie, by the way.
Yeah.
They kind of wasted him when they could have done so much more with him.
I said it. I said Joker
And
2 was
he
not going to
became
be a good
Two-Face.
movie. I know when you asked me, you was like, do you want to see Joker 2? I was like, no. I was like, hell nah. I was like, even when the trailer dropped, I was like, I'm not excited for this movie. I already know this is about to be a disappointment. I felt it. Like, I know when something's about to be a good movie and when something's about to be a bad movie. And
I always felt it too.
I felt that Joker 2 was not going to deliver. And I was like upset that they were trying to make it bigger than what it was. And to hear that it was unsatisfying, yeah, no.
It was incredibly. It cheapens the character. Like, I really feel like that the character from the first movie is ruined, and I can't watch that first movie again without thinking like, oh, this awful direction that they took it in. And now it's like, and it's also hard watching the first movie the same again, even before the sequel came out, because it's just a pretentious version of Taxi Driver. Do we have a call?
Yes, you do.
Hello, you're live on the air. Who is this?
Hey, this is Beanie. Can I talk to that big dick black motherfucker?
Oh, my God.
Is this your friends, James?
Yes.
You got your own headset.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Hi, we're just trying to hear you. We can hear you now.
Hello, Bean.
They hung up.
They hung up on you. They said something about you. They called to talk shit.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm going to have a conversation with Bean when I get home. Don't worry. I'm going to get in that ass.
You got to come back?
Huh? No, I'm going to do it privately because that's how I do things.
Am I taking their call if they call again?
No, he's on timeout. He had a chance. He's on timeout.
You got comments too.
I like that as a comeback. All right, let's read these comments then. It's all your boys, James.
Yeah, tell me about it.
No Moki is crazy. That's my people. The new Joker movie was trash for real.
Oh,
Can't pull up with the musical after making such a good Joker introduction movie like WTF. Hard 3, just like what they called me in high school. Oh, God. I graduated preschool, that about it. Oh, he's talking about when I was responding when I was graduating college. Damn, you graduated preschool. I've been held back for 10 years. Sheesh. I always thought The Dark Knight was overrated, to be honest.
Stupid. Oh my God. No.
Well, you know what? I have to say to that, Mr. Nerd. I say Christopher Nolan's overrated.
So we can, but The Dark Knight's not. So
Yeah, no.
but yeah, hot take.
But yeah, overall, but damn, 3 out of 10. No, it's crazy. Like it was that bad.
3 out of 10. Oh, my rating. Yeah. I thought you were talking about his comment because he said 3.
Oh, no.
I was like, what? 3 out of 10?
No.
Yeah. 3 out of the movie's 3 out of 10. Yeah, 3 out of 10 movie. Yeah, It's not good. It's bad. It's really bad.
Well,
It's
hopefully
bad.
there's
It
no more.
sucks.
Hopefully there's no more Joker. But honestly, at the end of the day, I already know they're gonna.
I just remembered something. I don't know if you heard about this too, but like fucking like him and Harley Quinn, they bang in the movie and then she's pregnant. And and then when that scene comes where he gets stabbed at the end, right? You're thinking like this guy's going to become the next Joker, but then he has a hallucination with Harley Quinn where he says he tells her to let his son take his place. So now I'm wondering like is the guy who stabbed in the next Joker or is his son going to be the next Joker? So they're trying to play into the aspect of like the Joker has no real origin again. So
Yeah.
you thought it was Arthur, but now it's someone else who's a mystery.
Yeah.
But I think it was dumb. They did that perfectly in the first film. There's no reason to add that on here. It was also dumb. But yeah, I'm just explaining to you like how dumb that film really got.
Yeah.
Cause like why? And like now you kind of know where the Harley Quinn movie is gonna go.
Yeah.
And then eventually Batman's gonna grow up and the Joker that he's gonna fight is gonna be Arthur Fleck's son.
Ew, I'm starting to.
Whoop-de-doo.
I'm starting to
I
hate
don't
this.
care.
They shouldn't have just touched this movie. Honestly speaking, I knew everyone was hype about it. And I was like, y'all gonna be mad disappointed when y'all watch Joker 2. I feel it.
I don't know why anyone was hyped about it. I'm with you. I
I'm
was
more.
never.
You know what's good? I'm more hyped about Kite Man for the next season than I am about Joker.
Yes, let's talk about Kite Man. So that season ended, and we were raving about it all of season 1.
I love Kite Man. I always loved Kite Man, but I love Kite Man. That's my series. Like,
See now, I love how we're going from like a bad Harley Quinn to now a good Harley Quinn show.
Adapted show, yeah.
Yeah, because I have to go back and watch that show now because this show is good.
I have no problem.
Same creators.
I have no problem rewatching Harley Quinn.
Oh, yeah,
I
let's
have
do it.
no problem.
You told me
rewatching-
Batman's in it. It's like
Yeah, Batman's in it. Damian Wayne in it. I think Nightwing dies in it.
Nightwing.
Yeah, by
Spoiler.
accident. Oh, sorry. I mean, it's been like what that happened in COVID, like. But
Wow, the show goes back that far.
yeah, the show go back that far, so I'm excited to see. I love watching Harley Quinn animated adventures. It helped me through COVID. Honestly, it was so funny. It was so funny.
That's crazy.
What's
The old world times.
But the woman who plays what's her name? The fairy.
The fairy.
The one who had always get chopped off her body. What's
I
my
don't
girl
remember
name?
her.
I forgot her name.
The actress's name?
Not the actress, the character. But regardless,
I don't remember the kid. Yeah,
you're gonna
but I
hear
know
a
you're
different
talking
voice
about.
because
She was funny.
the original voice though is by Wanda Sykes. So Wanda also makes it funny, but yeah, you're gonna be like, she sounds different. I'll be like, because she's the original. That's Wanda Sykes, but they can't afford Wanda Sykes, so I get it. But Harley Quinn was really good, and you want to know why Harley Quinn is better than Joker 2, the animated series? Because this Harley Quinn shows you her timeline, shows you she went back in her memory. She goes back in her memory.
Her timeline, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
I see
yeah.
it.
Yeah, you'll see it in an episode. All right.
Wow.
This is just the visual.
And I see that's where Kite Man's timeline is.
Oh.
Harley Quinn here, and then it becomes Kite
Do
Man.
Kite Man even need a timeline? I mean, he was evil, I guess. He was a douchebag at one point.
I mean, they do go into like a time traveling toilet,
They did.
so there's got to be a time.
You know, when you say that, it makes the show so unserious. But honestly, it isn't unserious.
the show
It's
was very
like
unserious. What do you mean?
It was unserious,
Dude.
but it had its moments.
Darkseid came to Earth, and then his daughter was just some goth teenager, and she was just like, "Yeah, Dad, I know you want the anti-life equation."
But she was
I know, Dad."
But she was perfect though.
She
Like
was.
she was perfect. She's funny as hell. Like that's like that would be a perfect representation.
All right, what do these people want? Oh, it's not one of your guys now. Zach, Joker would have been amazing. Joker found out Thomas Wayne was lying about his mother's abuse, therefore really goes crazy while he realizes he killed her for no reason. You saying Joker 2 could have gone this direction? Yeah, dude, honestly, they chose like the most boring direction that they could have gone. Cause, yeah, like Joker found out was lying about his mother's abuse. Yeah, they just like. I just wish they took in like, cause they took in just like the most boring direction possible, just stuff you didn't want to see.
They was too focused on the musical. I feel like
Yeah.
it just felt like they was like the music, and it was like, I'm not here for musicals. I'm here for comic books. Like if I want to see a musical, I'll watch the fucking Lion King. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't need a superhero musical. Like no one asked for that. Like that's not in high demand. I don't know if they was trying to be like, let's be the first ones to do something. Like no one asked for that.
I think that's what it was. I think they were just trying to be pretentious. They did that with the first one too. The first movie is basically just like a pretentious version of Taxi Driver. I never seen Taxi Driver.
My
but
dad has.
That's literally
My
what
dad
everyone
has.
says. I have to just say that, I'm an honest person, But like that's literally all that I hear. People say that like
Taxi
it's just
Driver is such a
copy.
dad. It's such a dad thing.
It's a dad thing.
Yeah, because my dad watched Taxi. Yeah. Would you agree, Mr. Walker?
Is Taxi Driver a dad thing?
I don't know what
Dad?
you mean by that. What does that mean? A dad thing?
Like, I feel like every dad has seen Taxi Driver.
Well, yeah, I've seen it.
Okay.
And it's a great movie.
Yeah, I'm not taking it away. I'm just saying, I feel like, because every father I know will like,
Oh, because it's like our generation
yeah,
type
kind
thing?
of a thing.
Oh,
yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm like, that's such a dad, because I seen that, like, watching my dad, so that's the only reason why I know about it.
His favorite actor is Robert De Niro, though.
He's
So, like,
definitely
always
one of them,
gonna.
yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah, there's some Taxi Driver elements. I would say, I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, another De Niro movie called The King of Comedy.
Yeah, we watched that together. Honestly,
okay.
Joker is like the king of comedy.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard and seen of Taxi Driver, that movie put together.
Yeah.
So would you say they take some of the elements from that movie and try to do it in the Joker?
In the first Joker, yeah.
Yeah, the first
Stay.
Joker.
Yeah. It was literally, they just took that, they took that movie and they combined it. And it was just, many people felt it was too obvious.
Yeah.
I didn't see The King of Comedy until after I watched Joker, so. But when you do look back at it, like sometimes it is like there are a lot of scenes, like people complain that there's a lot of scenes that waste time just in its hallucinations, which you can kind of compare to like this movie, how wasted time with the musicals. I still like Joker 1. I'll always like Joker 1, even no matter how pretentious it's trying to be.
Well,
the second one is trying to be more pretentious.
It
and
had a
it's
good
just-
direction, I felt like. But Joker 2, I just
did,
felt like
yeah.
they was like, we can do anything now. We're the Joker. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. They still had some of that with the first one, but I don't think they expected how much.
I felt
it
like they
would
had
turn out.
time too. Like I felt like they had time to do it, but from what you're telling me, it seems rushed. It seems like they just like went off with this weird idea and just thought it was gonna work.
I mean, it's 2024. The first one came out. The first one came out pre-COVID. It was the old world when the first one came out.
Old world is funny.
The old world. I mean, you got tell me you guys agree. Pre-COVID was the old world. It's not the same world.
I mean, fair.
So
This new world.
it really is. The world changed. It's not the same. So yeah, they had like 4 or 5 years to get that out, to make like an actual good, compelling sequel. But then that's how you know that they spent 4 or 5 years struggling to figure out a good story.
Yeah.
Because they wrote the first one so well, like it was never meant to have a sequel. So they spent so long scratching
That's
their
why
heads.
I said it was a cash grab with this
Yeah.
one, and then they was like, oh, let's get Lady Gaga. Cash grab.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Lady Gaga, I definitely felt was like for the press to get people in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's why I was like Harley Quinn. I was like, what the hell y'all talking about? Like, I could see her maybe as like, I don't know, Mira from Aquaman, but like I can't see her as no Harley Quinn. Like, what are we doing here? Like, nah, yeah, that was BS. I knew that. But let me ask you this: like, what do you think? Right. So after seeing Joker, right, after watching Kite Man, actually no, before we get into that, Penguin.
Great season finale. Penguin. Okay, we're going from one villain to the other. All right, so.
And then compare about why like you think Penguin is going a great route versus how Joker 2 ended in a bad route, and then what you hope Penguin doesn't do, you know, going forward.
Well, Penguin is already at such a Penguin's already in a better position because Joker was meant to be a one-off when that came out. It wasn't meant to get any sequels. I do believe it was meant to be like part of an Elseworlds universe. Like it wouldn't have been like part of. Like, it wouldn't have been one movie part of a universe, but they wanted to do a thing called Justice League Dark, where it was, like, all, like, these R-rated, really dark comic book movies, and that was to start with Joker. Mm-hmm. And then they would all be from a different universe, but it was, like, it was all going to be under the JL Dark name. And then they changed leadership at DC, and everything changed.
Yeah.
So then it turned into the film getting an actual sequel, you know? I forgot where I was going with that. Mm-hmm. What I hope Penguin does different. Yeah.
I was like, okay.
I was like, I really forgot where I was going. So, Joker was always meant to be a one-off. The Batman universe, it was always meant to continue, into a series. It was once supposed to be a GCPD series or even an Arkham Asylum series, but then they made it into a Penguin series. Mm-hmm. So it was always the next chapter of the Batman was always supposed to continue into a TV show. So that already puts it in a better spot. This is a sequel that was meant to happen, that was set up for. Joker was, there was no setup for it. The Penguin's a really good show. Episode 3 aired last night. It's honestly, I feel like it's the pinnacle of superhero TV right now. Mm-hmm.
Well, until Daredevil.
I don't think Daredevil's going to be this good.
Don't say that.
Dude, it's Disney.
Yeah, you're right. I fucking hate Disney. But don't say that. Don't say that.
Like before,
I need Daredevil to be good this year.
Before it was Marvel Entertainment without Disney involvement. Even though Disney still owned Marvel, they had no Disney involvement when they made the old Daredevil show. It was only Marvel Entertainment.
Right.
And even though Marvel Entertainment still had their own problems with like racist and sexist leadership at the time, which they squashed, which is why Disney took it over, I think, eventually. Right. Kind of why. It's just Disney has not been up to the same level of quality ever since. And Penguin, in my opinion, it's got that level of quality that seems to be higher than the old Daredevil show. Like, the writing is already, like, it's only episode 3, and I was thinking in the middle of episode 2 that the writing is already incredible. Yeah. And it's still incredible.
I mean, from what I seen from it, from when I watched it with you, I was like, okay, I like the Soprano meets DC Universe vibe from it. So
it's a modern day Sopranos. Yeah. It really is. Like, there's certain times where, like, I almost feel like he's wearing similar clothes to Tony Soprano. Like he kind of looks like him in some shots. He's dealing with his mother, his old mom that he's trying to take care of. There's a lot of like, hey, what are you doing? I'm talking here. There's a lot of like that. He talks like, Yeah. it feels everything just feels so right.
They,
And
I
then
feel like I'm not a fan of the Penguin because I don't like villains like that. But
Right.
I will say, like, for what it's worth for the show, I do like the concept of how they went about it. Like it did. I can see like why people are like drawn to the show. Although
did it
I
so
don't agree
right.
with the score of Rotten Tomatoes. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, what'd they say? 89 for this, and
Yeah.
what was 90 that you were saying? It was 90.
Something was 90, and I was like, "That's 90." Oh, Peacemaker.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I thought that
'Cause
was kind of crazy to me.
Peacemaker was just more like a slap in your face, like, hey, R-rated now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm like raping your ears. So, sorry. Yeah, so R-rated now. Don't give me that look. That's what people say. They say ear rape. You never heard that term?
Just not on the air.
I've heard.
It's all right. We
I've heard that on YouTube. We're on YouTube. I wouldn't learn that from anywhere else.
All right. Anyway, moving on. So,
Grow up, everybody. Be mature.
anyway,
So-
go on.
Yeah, Peacemaker was throwing the R-rated in your face. Yeah, Penguin is just more like low-key, chill with it. You know, it's just
Yeah.
like, it's not like, hey,
It's a-
we're R-rated. Hey, it's not like nagging you with it.
It's
just
a
like,
vibe. I can definitely say Penguin is a vibe to watch. Like if you just need something like a slow thrill, like I could see it building. Like it builds and then goes and then it builds, but it's meaningful though. It's not like a waste. It doesn't feel like a filler. It feels like every moment happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying when it comes to
Yeah.
Penguin. So I kind of like
Yeah.
that about Penguin. It was kind of cool watching it.
Yeah.
I told you I didn't want to watch it.
And that's what I love when that's when you know like you're watching something with top-notch writing, when like every scene feels like it's there for a reason. You know, like you never feel like that you're wasting any time at all. And like and you even know when watching it, you're like, okay, this scene I should pay attention here because this is probably going to come back later. And then it does come back, but it comes back in a way that you don't expect it to come back. It's just like what I also like about the show is that it feels like straight up just a continuation of the Batman. Like the whole tone is the same, and it's like the movie just picked up right where the Batman left off. And I heard that where the show ends is where the Batman 2 begins. So I'm really looking forward to like the whole, like honestly, I'm more excited about this universe than DC's actual universe. And I really wish that the Batman universe was just was just the start of their DC universe.
Yeah.
I really wish they didn't have a separate one. I would like to see. I
Do
would
you
be
feel
down
like-
to see
Do you feel like these live actions are all multiverses?
that they're not all going to be the same one. Some of them will be multiverses.
Right.
But there's going to be there's going to be like a main universe where mostly everything takes place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're definitely not limiting it to one universe. Because
that could be pretty cool, yeah.
they do have the Authority coming out, which has to be a different universe.
Mm-hmm.
I know that they're doing like a lot of like even though it's all in one universe, they're doing a lot of animation stuff, which I really, really, really like.
I know you're excited for that new Suicide
Creature Commandos.
Creature Commandos.
That's
yeah.
coming. I'm really interested in that because that's the official start of the DC universe.
Yeah.
And look at that. It's starting with an animation. That's crazy.
That's
I know
good.
the sequel to Blue Beetle is going to be animated. And I even heard that when we first meet the Flash of this universe, Barry Allen, we're going to meet him in animation first.
Okay.
So I feel like, because you and I are always talking about how like, now I know that I'm kind of differentiating from your question because you're talking about universe, I'm talking about animation. But like,
Well, that's still
It's still-
universes.
yeah. But I mean, some of the animations I think are going to be part of separate universes. I don't think all, but most, I do know that a lot of the animation is going to be part of their main universe. So I just find that really cool because you and I are always talking about how they're so limited with live action because, you know, then you have to worry about like budget and then CGI and then set and then scope and then like actors availability and then paying the actors. You know, while with like animation, it's like, you know, a lot of times you don't even need to worry about the actor because you could easily get another voice actor that's really good and they'll sound the same.
Yeah.
Like with Kite Man. You know, they replaced the one that you were talking about, the
Wanda
fairy
Sykes.
girl.
Yeah.
You know, it's a difference, but it's still, they're both good, like you said.
Yeah, they're both good. Like I
So-
genuinely was like when I found out it was my girl from Abbott Elementary. I forgot her name too, but I love her. She's funny as hell on that show. And I was like, oh, it makes so much sense. Like, she's like, I guess you could say my generation, this generation of Wanda Sykes, of funniness, of like, so I get it. Like, it was perfect. But yeah, I agree with you with voice acting. Like, it's easy to find someone who can still make the show enjoyable. You know what I'm saying? So,
and overall with animation, it's just so much easier, you know, because they can make it feel just more like a comic book.
Yeah. So that's my thing. I guess the next segment I want to get into, like, what do we think? What do we think, you and I personally, like?
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Segue.
Yeah. What do you think, you and I, our opinion on Marvel and DC? What do you think we need or they need to do to make it interesting again? You right? Because me personally, I think Marvel and DC, like, honestly, I just want them to focus on more animation movies. Like, TV shows are great, but I feel like their best work is in their movies. Like, especially with Crisis. Like, Crisis for DC, perfect. Like, that was too perfect. You know what I'm saying? Of a show. I mean, of a movie in a trilogy. And I think I want to see more of that in animation. And you know what I also want to see in animation? I want to go to the movie theaters for these animations. I don't want to... I told you, I'm not into live action. Live action doesn't do it for me. I feel like live action takes out, like... I'm not interested in... I don't believe in, like, this live action bull. Like, it just doesn't interest in me. I rather see the animation. The animation is what draws me in a superhero movie or a supervillain movie. Live actions, I feel like, okay.
You hear that, Minecraft? Live action is not as interesting as animation.
Okay.
I know it's not superheroes. I just had to say that.
You're not gonna put me in this Minecraft debacle. I have no opinion about Minecraft. I don't play Minecraft, so I'm not touching it. I don't care. Y'all
obviously I have
over there. Y'all have fun over there. I don't care.
I'm staring at you, Minecraft.
Y'all can do whatever y'all want with that. I don't touch on Minecraft. I know that community is dangerous, but I can focus on animation and superheroes because I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Because we started from comic books. It's cartoons. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I feel like it's nostalgic. I don't need you to evolve and do live actions. It was cool for a little while, but it just always comes up to me cheap and corny and cheesy. Like no shade to the MCU. Like, I know some people like the MCU. That's great and all. But I don't give a fuck about the MCU. Excuse my language. I don't. I do not care about the MCU. I do not enjoy it. I enjoyed WandaVision. That was great. But I did not care. Like the rest of it, I don't care. You know what it is? Like, the plot be taking me out sometimes. And then the live action with the fighting is just be taking me out. But when it's animation just looks cooler than live action. And I think that's just me. That's just my opinion. Animation just looks cooler than live action. And I just feel like live action just takes me out of the show. Because I'm just like, I don't believe none of this. Like, it's cool to watch like an action movie. But when it's like superheroes, it always just feels cheap. And it just feels like, what is that? Like, I don't want to see that. Like, I don't.
You know, there's always a lot of talk since pretty much since Infinity War came out that there's this, that people are getting superhero fatigue. You've heard of that?
No, people, but I know it's
basically like this whole narrative that people are getting tired of superheroes. But like, I just feel like, just like from how we're talking about it right now, I just want to say real quick that I feel like that's not the case, because what we're saying right now is that we're not tired of superheroes. We're saying that we're tired of the way they're doing it and we want it done differently. You know, and I feel like those are what the complaints are.
Yeah.
Know? And because it's honestly like, because I could tell you what I want from the actual like story, like from what's actually in the product, the content, the product itself, right? But then like I could also tell you what I want from behind the scenes, because I think what's really hurting these comic book movies and shows and animations is the studio involvement.
Yeah.
I think Warner Brothers is hurting DC, and I think that Disney is seriously hurting Marvel.
I agree.
Disney's been getting progressively worse.
Bro, when I found out Disney bought Marvel, I said, "Oh, we're ruined." And in a sense of we're ruined, fans are ruined, because I feel like Disney, like you said, like even with X-23 and Deadpool versus Wolverine, Deadpool versus Wolverine, you felt like, oh, they like kid her, like in the sense of like they didn't really show like X-23 like how bloody it is in the comics with X-23. Like, even though I didn't see what was wrong, but I get what you're saying. I always felt like Disney was going to nerf Marvel, and I hate Disney.
Oh, that's incredible! Yeah,
I hate Disney for that.
Their powers are like so much higher in the comics.
Yeah,
and their powers are like here in the movies.
Yeah, and that's why I can't enjoy anything Disney Marvel related.
The villains in the comics, they always stay alive for so long. They always end up like they always come back and they lead to these big events. Marvel kills them immediately, and then they move on to the next story.
Bro, we have
they take huge stories and then they really milk down the story to where it's like it's just barely even the story anymore.
Yeah.
Secret Invasion. Like, how do you go from comic Secret Invasion to that TV show? What was that? That's your fault, Disney.
Also, Disney, you ruined Marvel's Avengers Assemble. So mad at y'all for that with that Black Panther whole ass season.
Yeah, what was that? Okay, because that was actually a good show that we were
It was-
enjoying. Up until
And
1,
you know
2,
I'm not an
3,
Avenger.
4,
And you
right?
know I'm
No,
not an
3.
Avenger fan. I am not an Avenger fan. For me to be hyped up one season, what? I like what? Season 1 through 5? No.
No, 1 through 3. Those are the only seasons we liked.
No, they have a fourth one, right?
There was 5 seasons. We watched 4 seasons, but we only liked 3, and we didn't watch 5.
Because that was just the original Avengers. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because the 4th season, they killed the original and they went off in this weird direction.
With
And
the,
we didn't
the
care
other
for it at
Avengers.
all.
And I was like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see.
And then we didn't even watch season 5 because remember we went to it. The animation looked completely different.
Yeah.
And
it was
every
like all
episode,
it was like all. I couldn't.
yeah, it was so different. And every episode was about Black Panther.
Panther.
I'm like, when did this become a Black Panther show?
Yeah.
I don't mind him being in the show, but like, I want an Avengers show.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
want Black Panther
I'm like,
with
if you're
the
gonna do a
Avengers.
Black Panther show, give Black Panther his show. Why are we doing like you
Yeah,
know what I'm
what's
saying?
that?
Like, what is
Yeah.
that? Like, I didn't need that. Like,
I have to like look it up because I feel like it almost makes me feel like that there was a Black Panther show that failed horribly, and they had to put it with Avengers to
maybe
make people think like
maybe,
make people
or
watch
I don't
it.
even
I
think
don't
it's
know.
Black Panther 4. I think Avengers was like we don't know what else to do with Avengers. Which by the way, there was so much to do, but all right, whatever. I think what they did was they capitalized because I think that was around the time Black Panther was coming out. And I think they wanted to have the focus on Black Panther, and they shipped it. Because even the
Probably.
Iron Man voice actor changed. I mean, you kept trying to figure out like,
Yeah.
what's going on here? Like,
that was
why
a
did
real bummer.
that was a bummer?
Because it was so incredibly obvious that they just told this new voice actor to sound like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, and I didn't like it. I was like, you ruined this for me. Like, and I told you I don't like Avengers. So for me to be like loyal when I told you like, yo, Avengers Assemble is fire. Like I mess with Avengers Assemble. And then we watch it, and then I tell you, I warned you, I was like, nah, because then after a while it goes janky, and I'm not feeling that. Like, I wasn't feeling that new Avengers thing, and I wasn't even feeling. I mean, we did get Battle World, so you know that was cool.
Yeah, but that was in the shitty season.
Yeah, but
It was like half the season.
it was good then bad, Like it kept.
It was
jumping.
always like it's about to get good, and then it was just like
It dropped the ball.
And then it was like, oh, okay, wait, maybe. And then it was like, no.
Nah,
And it was
yeah.
like, okay, wait, maybe these last 3 episodes would slap. And then it was like, no.
Yeah.
It's like I was hoping for at least 3 good episodes, but no.
Yeah, nah. I mean, you got to show your boy though. You got to show your boy from in Battle World. Who's your boy? Who's your boy?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
is a
Yeah,
great
you got
character.
to see Moon Knight and Avengers
And-
Assemble, so that was cool. And they did
That was
Moon
a
Knight
great
tastefully
show.
done. So, you know, you got that. Oh,
Sure,
maybe I should
there
add
wasn't
Moon.
enough.
Maybe I should add Moon Knight in my series since we're doing Battle Worlds again.
He's a very complicated character.
Don't scare me like that.
He's a complicated character. You'd have to make sure like you get everything right.
No, I'm
Unless
just
you
gonna
just
do
don't
it
care.
how they did in Avengers Assemble with Battle World. Or you know what? I'll just have like a piece of him.
You could just have him like as Moon Knight, and no one ever sees Mark Spector.
Okay.
Maybe depending on how much you want to play around with the character.
Well, right now they're in Battle World 2.0, so.
Okay.
Oh, for those who don't know,
so
I
he could
write
just be Moon
fan
Knight.
fiction.
He's just like the spirit of Khonshu, as far as everyone else knows.
Okay.
No one meets Mark Spector then.
Okay.
That way, like you could stay safe, true to canon, in case you don't know anything.
I do have 3 spears in my fan fiction. I don't want to know. I do have 3 spears in my fan fiction. What about you?
They might be able to hear you.
And if Disney, if you buy this, I will fight you. I do have 3 spears.
You can tell me this after, bro. He's
Okay,
telling me
yeah,
private
okay.
info about his
Just
what do you
know,
call it, fan fiction?
just know, I might, send this to Marvel. I just want to get it done tastefully and have the rights to it. I'm gonna mail it. I'm gonna do the Ghetto Man thing and mail it to myself. You damn Skippy.
Yeah, if you guys want proof of any of your ownership, just mail it to yourself.
Just mail it to yourself and
Like physically,
don't
not email,
and
physically.
you can't open it either.
Yeah, you never open.
You never open it. So you gotta teach the boys. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the proof that like you had it sealed up on that specific day.
Facts. So, anyway, but yeah, and for DC, I just feel like y'all live action, man. Just stop. I'm
glad
good
they're
on
moving
it.
to animations.
I'm good on it. Like, just stop your live actions. Like, for real. Like, you lost me after the Syndicate cut, and everyone says it's good. Everyone says it's bad. I really don't care.
The what?
Zach.
The Snyder cut.
Snyder cut. Yeah. It's just I just don't care. I just want animation. That's how I found out DC is animation. I want to keep it as animation. I don't want these live actions anymore. I'm done with it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, that's why I wish that they just only focus on the Batman universe. Because honestly, like, yeah, I am excited for James Gunn's Superman. People are actually saying like really good things about it. But like, I just feel like I'm not ready for another DC universe. Honestly, I think like DC should have like, because they're doing the thing that I kind of wish they wouldn't do. They're announcing all these movies and shows, and they're like, all right, this is our slate. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And it's like you haven't even released the first one. You don't know how it's gonna go, because this happened before with many other studios. Like they released the first one, and then it craps out, and then they have to cancel everything that they were planning to make for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
So I think what DC should do is have a plan for 10 years, but announce it one film at a time and start off slow like Marvel did. Like Marvel did one movie a year. I don't even think they went every year at first. It was like they skipped a year, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
2010 or 2009, I don't think they released anything.
Yeah.
So, but you did have 2 movies in 2008. So, but like release one movie a year, see what the audience think. Let the audience get invested in the character. Let them live with the character in this one movie for a bit. Let them love the character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you make another movie, and then don't even say like it's part of the same universe. It's another movie, but you drop your hints in the movie, like maybe one day, and then like wait it out for the longest time. Wait it out for 10 years. Just introduce these random characters.
Yeah.
Like all good characters people want to see.
I saw a comment.
But don't have them cross over until a long time later.
And it was like someone was like, "Why are we having these random characters? Random characters show up," and I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Like you're such a traditionalist. Like it's like, tell me you're not a real fan. Like, okay, if you're an Iron Man fan, like our Iron Man boy, that's great. I'm not taking that away from you. But there's more in Marvel than just Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Wolverine, Deadpool. There's so much more than that. I'm sorry, get over it. Get over it. Like other people, there's a billion people in the world. You don't think there's a billion superheroes that everyone doesn't love and enjoy? I know for a fact people don't know nothing about Silk, Huntress like that, X-23 like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm a fan of theirs. Even Donna Troy, I'm a fan of. Like, they be doing Donna Troy dirty in the animations, but whatever. But my point is, like, I'm so tired of y'all like throwing the same people in my face and think like, oh, Cash Grabber, come here. I don't want that. Like, why can't our other like characters that we like that a lot of people don't know about? Why can't we get them? We know about it. We did the research. We did the homework. Why don't we get the treat? Just because you don't get a chance to like get it, like you didn't want to get to know them, that's a you thing. Like I don't care. Like I hate comments like that because that's so annoying, bro. It's like you shit on something and be negative about something before you even get a chance to even be like, well, why did you like it? Like, you know what I'm saying? I hate people like that.
Not gonna lie, that's how I felt, and people will hate me for this. That's how I felt when She-Hulk came out. He did not like She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of the few people that actually liked it. I swear to God, I actually liked it.
Funny, you know what's funny?
It was so true to the character.
You know what's
funny?
My gay self did not watch She-Hulk, and I seen clips, and I was like, damn, I would have eat this show up, but I'm just so lazy. I don't want to watch it.
You would have liked it.
I think I would have. I think I would have. It just never. I never got around to it.
It was really a show like for the bitches. Yeah.
I second that. I can see that. I mean, especially with Megan Thee Stallion being on there, I was like, this feels right. And I know people are like, what? I'm like, here's my thing.
You can't guys are never gonna like a show like that.
But
anyway.
guys are not gonna like She-Hulk. But you know what guys are gonna like? That's so unserious. Deadpool. So you mean to tell me you could have your Deadpool?
Wait, Deadpool's for guys, She-Hulk's for girls.
Girls, that's my point.
She-Hulk is literally Deadpool for girls.
For
like, breaking
girls.
the fourth wall and everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, hello, guys. Like, you're getting females to want to watch something like this.
Right.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that was always her audience. Because I see a lot of people, like, that have problems with, like, when they take, I guess, a character like Batman, make them a girl.
Yeah.
Because then they start thinking, like, Batman's audience is a man or whatever. Like, whatever.
Oh
Even
my
though it's
God.
not, even though it's not true. But when it comes to She-Hulk, it's like her audience was never men.
Right.
Her audience was always women because she was always meant to appeal to women.
women.
And she was always meant to be completely different.
I mean,
from
she
the
literally
Hulk.
led. She literally led the female Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Well, she co-led.
A-Force?
She co-led. Yeah, A-Force. Yeah.
You know, because of all like the hate that females get in the Marvel universe.
I'm telling you, straight
that's
men are
the-
secretly
That's
gay.
the only reason that
I'm telling you, straight
That's
men
the
are
only-
secretly gay, bro. I don't care. You're not about to tell me as a straight man, you're like, I want to see dudes in tights and fights. Like, no, get out of here with that, bro. Like, you finally get a bad bitch, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I don't want this. Get out of here. Where's the men at? Like, you're gay.
Okay, I do want to see
Be
Batman
who
in tights.
you are.
I'm not gay.
You know, like, I don't want to. I'm tired, bro. Like, I'm so tired of y'all. That's so corny to me. And stop using woke wrong. Yeah, I said it. Stop using it wrong. Yeah. Find the origin of woke and then come back and talk to me. Thank
Yeah,
you.
if you look it up on Google, you've all been using it wrong.
Oh my god, bro. Anyway, moving on.
TikTok.
Aggravated at its finest.
Yeah, so I really wish that they only announced this Superman movie and just see where it went after that.
And I'm scared for y'all
this-
because I mean,
and-
after Joker 2, you kind of have to rely on
Like that's
Superman.
Joker 2 like shows that like, you know, they're not perfect. DC's not perfect just cuz James Gunn is in the lead, you know? And it's like Superman could totally come out and be great, and I think it will. But that does not mean that the next film is going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Just cuz Superman starts off good, like the next film could totally end up destroying the whole universe.
Yeah.
Man of Steel, even though most people didn't like that, Man of Steel still started that universe, and somehow Batman vs Superman did not crash it, but Justice League is what crashed it. So 3, 4, 5 movies in, even though it was shaky all throughout, but 5 movies in is when it finally crashed. So it's like, you know, I feel like DC should know, like, one good movie, you know, like Joker, for example, just because one movie makes $1 billion, that doesn't mean that, like, now it's like, you know, that doesn't mean it's time to start franchising, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's what this is. That's when can I just say real quick? Everyone uses the word franchise wrong too. People think franchise just means a series, a show, like a multiple. Like it just means multiple of one thing. When they
Right.
say franchise, like a restaurant or something, like it's a business term. It's a way for studios to cash in. Like I never refer to a series I like as a franchise because to me franchise means money.
That's my first time hearing it.
And
Though.
so
I never heard anyone
I've
use
seen
it like
so
that.
many people. It's
Or
mainly
maybe I
online.
have. Maybe
So
I
many people
have
are like
with
the Marvel franchise or like the Batman franchise.
Okay, yeah,
and
that's
I'm
what
like,
I'm saying,
stop
yeah.
saying it like that because now you're like making the studios think that you want them to keep franchising and make more money off of you. It's like what you don't want is a franchise. What you want is pure quality and like a valid series. You don't want a forced series because that's a franchise. A valid series is what you want.
Yeah.
You know.
I'll second that.
It's just like we gotta be careful of the word franchise here, guys, because it's the studios hear franchise and they're like, oh, the audience want more. The audience want more, guys. So we're making money. We're making money, guys.
I mean, technically they are though.
They are.
You still got those
they are.
loyal fanboys to Marvel, like in DC, that's just like, I'm still loyal to them, even if it's trash. And it's like,
the
but you're
loyal-
the problem. Like,
What do they call that? There's a word for that. There's a word that they're calling that right now. There's like a specific word that someone is. What's that?
I want to know.
What's the word? There's some word for it. It's not something like Marvel Sims, but it's not Marvel Sims. It's like something else.
Oh, see, I wouldn't know. I just know it's just
It's like
they're
somewhere.
they're the reason why like they're ruining Marvel and DC because I'm not saying let's go into strike. I'm not saying let's like protest but what I'm saying is it's just like y'all so loyal to something that doesn't make sense and doesn't do justice for you. It's a slap in your face. It's a slap of waste of money of you. Go ahead, be my guest. Like I was not seeing Joker too. Like and that's no. I'm not saying you wanted to see it for your own enjoyment and entertainment. Acknowledgement, but I'm saying for me, I was like, nah, because I can't keep, promoting DC or helping out DC if they're gonna keep being disrespectful to real comic fans who are loyal to this and they're not treating us with respect. The same way how I felt with Marvel movies. I'm like, certain Marvel shows, I'm like, I'm not watching because I'm not going to be a product any. I do the same thing for wrestling too. Like I stopped watching certain wrestling shows because I'm just like, you guys are doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I'm just not feeling like any of Marvel and DC right now. Yeah. That's
I'm with you on that. I completely agree.
I'm just not feeling it.
We got some more comments here. I'm just checking them now. We actually got a few. There's actually a lot.
Read
Okay.
the appropriate ones. Besides Disney being trash.
This one guy going, "Who's the Joker?" I don't know. Who is the Joker? Is it me? Is it you? Is it James? When y'all like to see Joker against the event? Would you like to see Joker against the Avengers?
Let's move on. I'm not answering that stupid ass question.
They're agreeing that Disney's trash and messes a lot of things up. Lowly's got a hot take. I think Batman is not all that, especially Batman who laughs. What? I think Batman is not. Is he saying that Batman's overrated? If you're saying Batman's overrated,
I know.
disagree. But if he's saying Batman who laughs is overrated, I completely agree. Because Batman who laughs is a shitty way to take Batman and Joker's character.
Right.
You know. So
also we have someone in our team named Batman, so I'm like trying to figure out, and he loves Batman, so I'm trying to figure out if that was a dig to our Batman or just saying that in general. So I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, probably. Andrew Frunder says that Daredevil was amazing, and he would like to see a crossover of Batman, Daredevil, and Spawn.
Well, maybe a fan made animation would be nice.
Yeah,
you know, I'm sure that could happen.
Yeah, separate universe. He says he thought Echo was pretty good. Most people did not like Echo, but I actually.
I don't have no judgment of Echo.
So it's weird. The more I think about Echo, it's like the more split I get. So I liked that it kind of felt like the old Netflix shows that we used to get. Like it felt like it fit right in with Iron Fist and Luke Cage,
Jessica Jones,
Punisher, Daredevil, just like the way that they did it. But what I didn't like is that they changed her powers. So she's supposed to have like Taskmaster-like powers, but they gave her Iron Fist-like powers, and they made it so that anyone who has the same who's in the same Native American tribe that her family's from, they all have those powers. And I just think like they didn't need to do that.
Okay.
Like they already.
Is that like a nerf for her?
It's one of the nerfs. They did the same thing with Miss Marvel too.
Yeah.
They changed Miss Marvel's powers, and I feel like that's when they do stuff like that. That's very disrespectful to the characters.
I agree.
Like I feel like that's a huge no.
I mean, it's just like us with Deadpool not teleporting when we don't see him teleport.
Yeah, right. We said it last week. That's the only thing I'll give props to X-Men Origins for, because he should be teleporting. Where has that been for the last 3 Deadpool movies? Right. Ryan Reynolds, come on, like pull your teleporter out of your ass. He's hiding it up there. I know he is. It's up there. Shoved up very far. Pennyworth was a good show. You know, me and Dad, I've told him before that we need to watch that, because I've heard that it's a very good show and it looks like a very good show. He said Pennyworth was a good show, also taking place before it became the Wayne's Butler. That's a really good idea to me. I think for anyone who likes grounded, who likes Batman, but who likes like grounded comic book stories, it's like Pennyworth. Like it's a show about when he was in the CIA, I believe, and it takes place in I think 1940s. It's like that's a great idea for me as a Batman fan. Like that's something I would like, and I really want to watch that.
Skip that.
So
that's not important.
Why? What do you think?
It's not important. It's not important. I know what that means. It's not important.
The Batman 2 is going to have Mr. Freeze and Clayface. Which, yeah, it might. I think the fall of the MCU is when they started to make every movie into a comedy with corny jokes. If you're going to make it funny, keep it in the Deadpool movies. I don't know. I mean, I feel like Marvel is starting to branch out of that. Their most recent show, Agatha, like it's got R-rated content. And then Echo, in my opinion, like was very adult TV MA. Another reason for also Moon Knight. Moon Knight is probably the darkest thing Marvel's ever done. I don't think Netflix ever touched anything that dark.
Like they promoted it And then they just like it wasn't promoted after that. Like they just was like, all right, it's done. Like we promoted it.
Oh, that's every Disney Plus show.
Yeah, like,
they promote it
like,
for a month and then they forget about it.
But I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like I kind of forgot about Moon Knight too. No shade. Like
I feel like most people did.
Yeah.
It should have been much bigger, but still, that was the darkest thing. Like it's darker than anything Daredevil or Punisher ever did. Like just the shit that like when they showed his origin episode. Like I don't think Marvel's ever been that dark. Another reason for visual effects looking bad. If they don't include the right amount of blur factor, which is natural to the human eye as something moves fast. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's blur factors, there's shadows that they gotta, there's a lot that goes into it. I heard everything taken to Disney as we speak. What's y'all? I'm gonna ignore that. I feel like that's something you want me to ignore.
Yeah, ignore.
Another reason why VFX can look bad sometimes is because the human eye can only see 30 to 60 frames per second. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they messed that up too. Yo, James, when are you gonna put that ice wall on them? I'm sorry, I'm reading these comments that you don't want me to read.
Yeah,
They're actually kind of funny though.
That's it. Yeah.
I got franchised when I saw The Founder. That's funny. Well, no, that's funny. That's where when I saw The Founder, that's where my hate for the word franchise actually started. It was from The Founder, so that's actually really funny that you say that. I just watched that like maybe a few months ago. I don't understand loyalty to these heroes. I'm not even loyal to my girl and she my stepsister. What the?
Yeah, I told you not to read. You wanted to read?
Okay, well that one started talking about superheroes.
Yeah, he did.
I thought that one
you.
was gonna.
He
He baited
you.
No, they've been baiting me this whole time.
I try to tell you,
but I'm entertained.
Okay,
I'm kind of entertained.
I'm glad you're entertained because we're gonna have a conversation when I get home.
Tell them to call back.
No, I'm okay. We're gonna have a conversation when I get home. No, they're not gonna. Right now, I'm keeping it cute. I'm in front of your father, but when I get home, we're gonna have a conversation.
Oh.
Yeah, you think I'm playing? I'm serious.
My dad's gonna be like, James, you and that potty mouth. I didn't know you could talk like that.
Yo, you should just see the look that she's probably just scared. Well, Zach, that's all I got. You have anything else?
Yes.
What?
No.
Okay. Well, guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching episode 2, season 2 of Let Them Cook podcast, a superhero podcast.
Let them cook.
I'm your host, James Merchant.
Superhero podcast, and I'm your guest host.
Oh my God, you're so childish. It snuck out.
I am Zach Arie Walker. That's my name.
Later.
Goodbye, everybody.